And we're live right now. No countdown needed. Hey guys, it's the man of recaps. Welcome to the Game of Thrones final episode pre-show. Woo!
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 Yeah.
Oh man, we've got a great show for you here today. Joining me on my left,
Phil here. Yeah.
Phil.
Hi.
On my right,
I'm Adam, brother of
brother of
Recaps.
recap.
I'm Vince. I don't know
Vince
if I
is-
get a title.
no title for Vince.
Fair enough.
And off camera is my beautiful girlfriend who is reading the chat. I want you, if anyone says anything really cool, just interrupt me. I'm probably not saying anything too good.
I'm ready.
So jump in with it. She'll be typing in there too for you guys. And how about Game of Thrones ending tonight?
I'm here to support all of you. Okay.
So-
Emotionally, I'm here for you. Okay.
Well, I might cry
That's
the
why
whole
I'm
time.
here.
So that's why.
Tissues will be around.
I appreciate
Support,
that.
It'll be fine.
It's important. Yeah, it's important to have some people around. You guys at home, how many of you are at a party right now? Like, how many of you have some friends around at least? And how many of you will be watching alone? There's nothing wrong with that either, because sometimes you just gotta
Arguably better.
focus in and just enjoy the moment, let it wash over you. But I'm glad to have some good friends around, and we can all experience it together. This is going to be television history, one way or the other.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's true.
What do you mean?
Well, it's one of the biggest shows of all time. Is that right? What do you think?
Seems possible.
Vince is the stat man.
I have no idea. I think I could see that happening,
Yeah.
being like the most watched TV show ever. But probably not on HBO. It'd probably have to be on cable to reach that. It'll probably be the most watched HBO show ever.
It's got to be one of the most expensive shows, also, right?
It's been up there.
Yeah. for sure.
They do a lot of big sets, a lot of dragons, a lot of things like that. I actually don't know much about the budget. I assume it's pretty big. They couldn't give Ghost a little pet goodbye though. They didn't have the budget for that.
I will accept nothing less than Ghost on the Iron Throne.
So
Well, that kind of brings us to our first question.
Ooh.
Who do you guys think will be on the Iron Throne?
yeah, let's jump into some talk about it. In fact, we have an exciting moment here. The envelope, please. I'm not going to open this yet, but we will be opening this before the show tonight. This is my sealed envelope, Game of Thrones predictions. I wrote it before the season started because, I thought I was so right that it would be sort of a spoiler to tell anyone what I thought was going to happen. But we're going to open it before the episode tonight because I was way off. Everything in here is basically wrong. So that'll be kind of a funny segment. You guys will get to see what I wrote down 6 weeks ago. Who will be on the Iron Throne, though? Let's start with Phil. What do you think? Who are you rooting for?
Well, John, of course. John's
Yeah.
my favorite. So,
Good guy.
I think they're just gonna play it safe and say Danny.
Ooh,
Yeah.
she
Makes
sort of
sense to me.
took the city last
She
episode.
did. She was angry.
She's going to be on the throne now. Someone would have to take her off of it for her. I mean, I guess the throne might be destroyed. Most of the Red Keep
Yeah.
is actually kind of crumbling, but you can rebuild that. She can rebuild that. Yeah. What about you? You are Team Ghost.
Yeah,
You
I'm rooting for
mentioned.
Ghost, Iron Throne, King of the Seven Realms.
You know,
Um,
the first doggo of his name.
Yeah, first dog of his name. I think realistically though, it's going to be Jon Snow on the Iron Throne
Ooh.
because I sort of feel like they've phoned it in on twists at the end here. I think they've been sort of leading up to that from the beginning, and then all this season have been kind of just saying, you're the right player, so you should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, John's will be a good king, and he is one of the main characters. I guess it's been, looking at the series as a whole, it's been him and Danny are the two main characters here, the two best candidates for the throne. So yeah, I think a fair bet is one of them will be the one on the end here. But of course, it's Game of Thrones; anything could happen. Vince, do you have any loyalty?
I actually couldn't disagree more with that sentiment. I think John and Danny at this point are gonna have a schism and almost cancel each other out in their quest to get the throne. I would take Bran first and Sansa close second, and I would take mystery candidate third over either John or Danny.
Interesting.
Would be my best guess, but
Yeah.
really anything could happen.
Maybe just still Cersei. Maybe she's
Well,
just still
Well, so that brings
alive.
me to the next question. Somebody asked, is Cersei actually dead?
No, she's dead.
No, she has to be though.
Yeah.
Let's come on.
We'll see. I mean, it was we saw the rubble fall on her. It looked like she and Jamie were definitely dead, if the first scene of this episode is her and Jamie, like the golden hand comes out of the rubble, and like Jamie pulls Cersei up, and they survived, I will drink everything that's left in that bottle.
It's nothing. I finished it.
We finished it. But I'll drink a whole new bottle. I don't know. We'll find one. That would be hilarious.
You know who is probably alive is the Mountain, because he got stabbed in the brain and was fine. I don't think a little tumble really killed him,
Yeah,
honestly.
but cockroaches can survive a nuclear explosion,
Also
and we
true.
still can kill it with fire. So
Yeah, that's true.
He's a tough guy, but he did seem to fall directly into the fire. We'll see though. I mean, yeah, he and Sandor right after Jamie and Cersei crawl out, they look up and the Hound and the Mountain are there, just like getting up too.
Oh, I'm imagining the Mountain just like digging through the rubble and finding Cersei.
He's like,
For some reason, he has loyalty to her.
maybe. I love the way last episode how he killed Qyburn.
Yeah, I didn't care about that
Great
at all.
moment.
So loyal until he just was not.
No, I'm gonna fight my brother. It's sometimes you gotta Clegane Bowl.
Yeah.
Nothing standing in the way. Any other good chats coming in? Wanna make sure we hit our eyes.
yeah, so from Rosario, do you think Arya fulfilling her destiny of shedding brown eyes, blue eyes, and green eyes may hint towards her killing Dany?
Ooh.
I've seen this theory. It
Does
seems very plausible.
Does Dany have
It's
green
like
eyes?
a rock solid theory.
I think so.
But you know who
Sure.
else
Oh.
has green eyes? Is like probably someone else. I don't know.
Very few people. I feel like it's very rare.
Yeah, I
In
don't
fact,
know.
when Melisandre first said it, I feel like she just wanted to say 3 different colors of eyes
Just made them up.
because like she
Yeah.
probably never killed any green-eyed people. It's hard to find. that's my
I mean,
take.
so Dany is obviously on Arya's list now. Maybe the only person on Arya's list because everyone else is dead.
Yeah.
That's true. She rose to the top, no doubt.
And so it seems like that's going to be her only thing to do this episode.
What we haven't had yet is a truly tragic kill your loved one. I thought Jamie was going to kill Cersei. That was a big thing I thought was going to happen because I just thought Game of Thrones was a very tragic show. That they put their characters through the most difficult situations possible. So I thought that was going to be have to be his test, his final moment.
I was really hoping a dragon would eat Cersei. Honestly, that seems
That would have been fun
that
too.
would be probably better,
But yeah, it didn't go that way. So I sort of imagined that Jon is going to be the one to kill Daenerys. You know, he still loves her, even though she burned a lot of people there, and so that would be his most tragic moment. But hey, why not give it to Arya too? All right.
JC makes a good point that
Yeah.
green eyes is green seer eyes, and so Bran maybe is the bad guy,
Whoa!
which I love that theory.
I'll tell you what, I was always very much against. Have you guys heard this? Just like Bran is the final bad guy theory. Bran maybe is the Night King, you know,
Oh, no, I
for some
missed
time
this one.
travel situation, or maybe they were defeated up there, but that was Bran's plan all along.
I remember when
He's-
Bran first met the Night King in one of his visions.
Yeah.
They did sort of make it seem like they were the same person. But the Night King can walk. Bran cannot.
But once he turns to ice, his legs freeze, and then he can like move them
Maybe.
better.
And he also apparently gets very jacked.
Yeah, well, you gotta
So,
work out your.
I don't know how the undead put on muscle, but
No, yeah. So I was always against those theories, though, that Bran was a bad guy. But now it would be kind of fun. I would love to see an awesome twist like that. I would be like, okay, I am surprised. Cool.
So to add on to that, JC then says the Night King was trying to kill Bran to protect the humans.
Whoa.
no,
Mind blown.
because the Night
No.
Night King was pretty committed to murdering humans, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, yeah.
maybe just because they were in the way of Bran, but that seems like a iffy plan there. I don't know.
What do you guys think of all the goodbyes we saw in the last couple episodes? So we saw Tormund going back up north. We
Jon
saw
Snow just abandoning his dog,
Go.
basically starting a dogfighting ring. I mean, might as well. at
Jamie
that point.
Tyrion was probably the best one, right?
Yeah, that was odd.
That was a really nice one. Good brother moment. And yeah, some other ones too. A lot of the characters up in the north. Jamie leaving Brienne.
Tormund
Tormund leaving Brienne.
being upset about Brienne.
Yeah, it was nice to see these characters. That was the cool thing about this season. We got at the beginning, we got a lot of characters meeting, you know, for the first time in a while or for the first time at all. And then they all have said goodbye as we're going here. I hope we get to see all these northern characters again. I imagine they'll play a big part in the finale, right? Last episode, they were just well, non-existent. Everyone that was left at Winterfell. Yeah.
Also, it's a good thing they had the dragon because this sold everyone fighting for the North or for the not Lannister Cersei was drunk pretty much for like a week straight. So I don't imagine they would have actually done very well in battle.
They kept the party going all the way from Winterfell
Yeah.
all the way down to King's Landing.
Like
It just kept
a lot of drinking there.
Yeah, I believe that. That's my new canon.
So what do you guys think of the writing? So talking about the goodbyes and the bringing together and all that stuff, how has the writing been for the final season? Or has there been, I guess is the other question.
Yeah, this has been a big issue. A lot of fans disappointed with this season. Have you guys heard about the petition?
The million people now.
People started
Yeah.
for them to just redo it. Where are you guys on that? Phil, how do you feel?
I think, it's all about money in the end, I guess, sadly. From a producer's point of view, I think, they need to play it safe. I don't know what the future of Game of Thrones holds, but maybe they're thinking of that as well. But I could see why it's disappointing for the fans.
Yeah.
Again.
Have you felt a drop in quality in this season? I haven't,
Yeah.
really. I'll say mine. I say a little bit.
I'm not seeing heads getting chopped off as much as I'd like,
That's true.
hands, stuff like that. But I think it's more about the story and how to finish it this season instead of like all the jazz and all that. So
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it so far.
You guys have strong opinions on this season?
So I expressed this a little bit before we came on the air, but I think it seemed to me from the first episode of this season, when you had all the biggest characters coming together, it almost felt like a powwow of the actors kind of not even playing their characters, but just kind of, hey, we're here hanging out, and
Yeah.
we all already phoned it in, and the series is over. We don't care much anymore. So I don't know if that's writing or acting, but it just seems to me like they're just doing things because they have to, and there's no passion in the season. And also, I think that if we're signing petitions to get things changed, we should focus on the Sonic the Hedgehog design change. So, just gonna throw that out there. Sign the petition. Sonic should look like Sonic.
Get that. That one's important.
Yeah.
Focus on that. And Vince, you've never watched any Game of
Previous
Thrones
seasons, yeah.
until this season. You watched my recap, then joined right in.
I caught a few episodes, and I can get the gist of it based on like internet posts and stuff like that. I don't have a super strong opinion, but like from what I can tell, it's like pretty hard to wrap up shows like this when there's so many moving parts and people are so invested in the characters and they want the endings to be, special and epic for every single one of them. And like, look, sometimes that's just not going to happen. And they're working without source material now for the last couple seasons.
That's true.
So, like, obviously there are really talented writers behind Game of Thrones, but
They're not all George R. R. Martin.
that and, it's pretty tough conditions. I'd say, like, yeah, I think it's just been all right rather than incredible, but I probably wouldn't sign a petition.
No.
I mean, I haven't signed a petition.
The petition's a little dumb, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as for me, I'll say I've really enjoyed the season. But yeah, it's really hard to get an ending right. It's hard to nail it and make, especially when you have a show that's been so good as Game of Thrones has been for so long. And they seem to be working with limited time, so some things feel a little rushed. I think there's been a lot of really great moments, especially stuff that the writers have always been good at, is just sort of personal character interactions. That's been really good. And the stuff that's been lacking is sort of stuff when you start overanalyzing it too much. You're looking at, say, characters making decisions, making battle plans. It's like, oh, why wouldn't Arya tell them ahead of time that she plans to assassinate Cersei? And it's like, well, that would ruin the drama of the episode. And so there's been a lot more of that this season. I think they've been like, look, let's make good TV. And one of the things that's been great about Game of Thrones and why I love the book so much, read them if you haven't. Here's a plug for that. But it's a great, the story is like a real world, Everything that every character does, it feels real and authentic. And so they're shortcutting, I think, a little bit through some of that, just to be like, hey, we're going to make a sweet final season of TV. So I'm okay with it. I'm very excited for tonight. See how it all wraps up.
I will say some of like the character decisions makes sense from that perspective of they're real people because you know, they all happen to be staying alive way longer than any commoner would, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're not really special. They're kind of just happen to get put in these situations. So, you know, none of these people are really masterminds. Jon Snow
true.
basically has no idea what he's doing, and so
You should-
that's reflected.
You should also plug your video, right, Brendan? I mean, you have a video where you talk about the 7 times Danny was, what's the word?
Yeah,
Insane.
Danny chose violence.
Chose
Yeah.
That's the way
violence, yeah.
I named it, I think. Yeah, check that one out if you haven't watched it yet. I went through sort of Danny's whole character arc. That was a big complaint from last episode, you know, that her snap to being the Mad Queen all of a sudden and burning King's Landing, including the Innocents. I mean, yeah, that was a big move for her. And I guess a lot of it is the pressure getting to her. But I went back through her whole arc, all the old seasons, showed the moments that, yeah, she sort of has always had that in her. You know?
I mean, she's at the very beginning of her character development was her and her brother being in it together to get back to the Iron Throne, and she just like real fast turned on him and covered him in molten gold.
It's true.
That took basically no hard decision making.
He was awful, but yeah, she sort of just watched as Khal Drogo did that to him and was like, yeah,
This is right.
I feel good about that. And it's like, oh, that was your like only family and best friend your entire life. It's a little cold. But yeah, moments like that. I didn't put that one in the video. I should have.
Oh, yeah.
Would've
Well, I
been
guess
good.
8 times. 8 times.
Eight
Eight
Danny.
times.
Eight times.
Danny
Chose
chose
violence.
violence.
yeah.
That's for sure. What else is what's up in chat? What else are people talking about?
So people were talking about George R. R. Martin, and some were saying how, like, Spawn IRL was saying how originally they think that George was supposed to be 10 seasons, and so it's now 8, and so maybe that's why it's feeling a little rush, which would make sense, but we don't know if we can confirm that. But Jim BZ the man
Hey,
nailed it. Do you think Tyrion will get killed?
Ooh, Tyrion. Let's go. Let's just go yes or no down the line.
Yes.
You say yes, Tyrion
Yeah.
will die? No, Tyrion will live.
No, I say no. I say Tyrion lives. You?
I see he lives.
Yeah, I feel like he's a good character to live and sort of be like, oh, I'm the old wise man that lived through this, and it's really sad because all my friends are dead.
What do you want? Where do you want him to end up?
I would love for him to be. I thought he was going to be Hand of the King at the end. Ruling the realm basically. In fact, is it time to open my envelope? We're at about the 20-minute mark, 25-minute
I
mark
don't know. What do you guys think?
of the thing.
I would like to make one more prediction. I don't know if anyone said this, but
Yeah, hit this.
so we talked about how Dany might just end up staying on the throne.
Mhm.
So I think that would involve, first of all, Arya getting killed. But I think that the show might end with that setup, and the history's going to repeat itself with a crazy Targaryen on the throne. Jon just bails and goes back to the north because he's kind of always like that. He goes back to the north. Tyrion goes back with him and marries Sansa. No, that's not going to happen. I would like that though, because they sort of like each other a lot.
Isn't there a theory that Tyrion marries Sansa and Sansa is on the Iron Throne?
Yeah, that's possible too. That was in the talks. They are still technically married.
Yeah.
Oh,
some
wait,
ways,
they don't even have to get
looked at it.
married.
Oh.
They
It
both
would
survived.
take more than the length of this episode for her just to make it down to King's Landing, though.
So this kind of goes off of that.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we're gonna have like a full stop kind of ending where we can walk away? We probably won't be satisfied it is Game of Thrones,
No.
but where it's like somebody's on the throne, or do you think it's gonna be super open ended where we're still in this kind of whirlwind of explosion?
Oh man, I don't know. I hope we get some serious closure.
I'm hoping for some closure, but it's Game of Thrones. Who knows? And like I said, they're maybe thinking of the future.
I sort of almost think they maybe are going to forget to close anything, and they're going to be like, oh, they're like air this episode, and then they're like, oh, we actually forgot there was not another episode happening, and then we're all just going to be stuck with nothing resolved.
They forgot they only made 6.
They're like, oh, we thought there were 7. Oops. But
The one guy, there's like the intern on set who had the 7th episode in the film, and
Yeah.
he just like dropped it.
oh, just kidding.
It's in the snow.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
We can just end the 6th one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are saying they want you to read the predictions.
Yeah,
so
do it.
I think it's time now.
Let's open it up. Can you confirm for me that the envelope is in fact sealed?
Yes.
Oh, you're a
Envelope.
plant. You're a plant.
Envelope
I
is
think you-
sealed.
Can you-
It's sealed poorly, so it must be Brendan.
I didn't.
No,
look
well,
He
I-
doesn't, he doesn't like licking envelopes.
Yeah, I've
I've
known
already.
Brendan my whole life. Closing
Oh
envelopes
yeah,
probably not.
I can
his-
never. I can't open
strong.
envelopes.
Yeah, he's not
either.
good at opening either.
Oh yeah.
Isn't there a Game of Thrones letter opener?
I should have brought my sword letter opener.
Why don't you have one?
Got one.
Where's your sword?
Where is the
Yeah.
sword?
I should have brought it.
It's in my closet somewhere. Okay, so here's the what I wrote.
Do you want me to read it?
Mana recaps his Game of Thrones ending theories.
So, we're
Let's
going
go. I'll start, and then we can go down the line. I'll pass it off for different characters.
Okay.
But I'll start with the big one. Are you guys ready for this? On the Iron Throne, the king is the child of Jon and Dany. I kind of thought they were gonna do more time was gonna pass this season. I thought that she was gonna be pregnant.
It's been like 3 days.
And that they would
Yeah.
both will die in some way, but after Dany gives birth. So that one's seeming very unlikely at this point. We would have to skip quite a bit of time.
Jon and
But,
Dany. Yeah, I mean, if she's not pregnant,
and
You'd have to.
and then Tyrion serves as hand and rules the realm in peace until the kid comes of age. So that was my big prediction for who's on the Iron Throne. It was up there, I think, in general popular opinions. It wasn't in the top, but it was middle of the pack.
seemed plausible.
Yeah.
Time.
Did any of you guys had that one?
No.
No.
I really hope this episode is not just 8 months of Dany being pregnant and then a baby's born and then the series is completely done.
Immediately, she and John just work it out. She's like, honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm a terrible person. I'm so sorry. He's like,
Ooh,
Dany,
yeah.
I forgive you. and then there we go. Let's go for you. You can read the next
Sure.
one down.
Jaime Lannister kills Cersei to save the world, starts up the new Knights of Watch, and is 1000th Lord Commander.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good fate for Jaime. You know, he kills Cersei to save the King's Landing. I thought she was maybe gonna try to blow it up when she saw Daenerys and Jon coming to take it. And then he would go join the Night's Watch. You know, that would be a good end to his redemption arc.
Yeah.
So question, do we need a Night's Watch anymore now that we have no Night King and the Wildlings are friends with the North?
You know what we don't know is the last time there was like the White Walkers really came south. We had the Long Night. Like, how did that end? Did they kill the Night King, but then he came back? Can he ever truly be killed?
Well,
we
if,
don't
if
have
Bran,
answers to
if Bran
this.
is Night King, then there's going to be another Night King. There's going to be another Bran later.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
You're right. If the White Walkers are actually all the way gone, then the Night's Watch is kind of pointless. So yeah, that would all be useless. Adam, here's you can read for the next one down. Sansa.
All right, so Sansa will rule the North. Kneels to,
Kid.
the son of Jon and Dany,
Yeah.
which also seems very improbable at this point.
I thought she'd be like, oh, it's my nephew. Hey.
Oh, she's
she-
Mario now.
She's
Okay.
Mario.
She's gonna marry someone? Question mark. Theon? Nah. Nope.
That one did happen.
Whoops. And then maybe she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems legit.
Hey, you're just wrong on all of that. Again,
Yeah, nope.
huh.
And also very vague,
You-
like, and
you-
maybe she dies. Like,
You were vague and had multiple predictions, and they're
Sansa,
just
I wasn't as sure about.
all wrong.
Yeah.
And Arya, right out the gate, you are also wrong. Arya marries Gendry, not legitimized as Baratheon.
Oh.
Kids carry on Stark line.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so both of those were wrong because
Yeah,
he
he
was
is
immediately,
legitimized.
legitimate. Nope.
I'd send it back.
Yeah, I thought maybe Sansa, after her journeys, she's sort of sworn off men now, or if maybe she ended up with Theon. You know, they couldn't really have kids, so then
Oh,
it was
jeez.
Arya and Gendry. It was
No,
their
this
job
is-
to just bang it out and and populate the Starks again.
This just
Arya was like very explicit about that not being her destiny.
this only gets worse. Can I just read these?
Yeah, are you going on the dead list?
Oh, I was gonna go to the next.
Yeah,
one.
finish these. Yeah,
Great.
you just
So
knock
then
those
some
out.
smaller ones. Davos goes home to his wife.
I still feel good about that one.
Yeah.
He has a wife somewhere, I think, and maybe some younger kids. I don't know if it's mentioned, but
Sam writes the history of the Game of Thrones, which sort of makes sense.
You're drawing live there.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's reasonable.
The Hound is made a Kingsguard for real and wins the Game Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah, that he's not alive.
I thought he was gonna win and then be a Kingsguard because he was a Kingsguard, you know, and you theoretically serve for life. So I thought that would be good if he went back to it, but no.
And then you have that Podrick sexes everyone, which
He's doing
did he
right?
sex anyone?
He had the threesome at the Winterfell party. I don't know if you caught that in the
Wow.
background of the episode. It
I
was
remember seeing him going on to someone
the,
to
it
do
was-
something. But...
Yeah, one of the girls, and then the girl the Hound turned down.
Oh yeah. That's
She went
right.
over, and Podrick's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll do this.
So good for Pod. So yeah, that was all of that is mostly wrong, I guess. I was way off.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens tonight. But mostly not these.
Do you realize you have Bran in both the dead and alive list?
Oh no, that's
That's
Braun.
Braun.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Here, so read the dead or
Never
alive
mind.
list, and for everyone I got wrong, I will
Do it.
hand me a White Claw or something.
Okay. Oh no.
I'll take a drink for everyone that I'm already wrong about. We'll see.
All right, so we'll start with.
We'll see how this goes.
We'll start with the dead
Thanks.
list. Although I guess we won't know dead until the end of this episode, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but he's still like plenty wrong.
yeah,
Don't
read,
worry.
read them all out.
Okay, so people that are gonna be dead are John, Dany, Beric, Dondarrion, Grey Worm.
Grey Worm's still alive.
Grey Worm's alive.
Oh,
Missandei,
okay.
dead.
Mhm.
Brienne.
Ooh, I thought Brienne
shoot-
was goner.
It'd be very difficult for her to die at this point.
She's probably alive.
Cersei, Euron, Qyburn, very dead. Jorah, good. Bran, dead.
Ooh, I
Uh,
thought Bran was a goner too, but it's gonna be hard to kill him at this point.
yeah. You have Tormund as dead, which I
Mm.
feel personally offended by.
I know, I can't believe I did that. I
Yeah.
can't believe that I betrayed my man
How
Tormund.
can- Giant's milk. How would you die? Come on. Varys, Melisandre, Theon, and Sansa all dead.
Ooh, I
And
can't
then-
believe I put Sansa on there. What was I thinking?
Yeah, how would you?
Yeah, I'll drink for Sansa.
Alive, you have Tyrion, also Sansa.
Okay, so I did
So
double
that's-
dip on Sansa. I was very
Yeah,
unsure about it.
questionable, yeah. Arya, Gendry, Davos, Sam and Gilly, which seems legit. The Hound,
I'll drink
Yeah,
for the
no.
Hound. He's gone.
Jamie, who like even if he didn't die from the rubble,
That's 2 drinks.
must have bled out. He got stabbed
He was-
through
oh, yeah.
all of his organs multiple times.
He was stabbed way too
That
hard
is
to
not-
walk away from.
That is not stand up and
That was
keep
a little.
walking.
That was a little silly.
That's okay,
It was-
Podrick is alive, Bronn is alive, and Yara Greyjoy is alive.
we all forgot she was in the show.
She sort of bailed really hard and
She's,
is probably okay. Right?
she's chilling.
Yeah.
She and the Iron Islanders. I didn't drink that much.
So that's pretty
Having a
solid.
great time.
This I think the child of John and Dany is like plausible because she could already be pregnant, and B, John easily could die by trying to stand up to her and failing. And the episode, I know a lot of people I've heard have said that they think the actual episode will be like 30, 45 minutes, and then there'll be a whole, in the future, like 1 year later or whatever, closure type thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't, that wouldn't fit in, like time skipping wouldn't fit in with the writing, but like that, if she's pregnant, that seems plausible. Other than that, the rest of it's like pretty far off.
You're right. Actually, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not totally drawing dead on John and Danny's kid on the throne.
And it would keep incest on the thrones, which everyone loves, so.
It would be it'd be fine.
Also
Oof,
true.
maybe I'll make it. Maybe I still got it. What about you guys? Put everything up in the chat there. I'm gonna read through it after the episode here. I want to see what you guys think. I want to see what's in the brain of the populace.
So some people were mentioning the wildfire that was under the city,
Oh yeah.
and so they were talking about how it would have been interesting to see the whole city kind of explode and watching, how not only is Dany killing the people, but also kind of her father is killing the people at the same time. And so there was, some thought of, hey, we didn't forget about the wildfire in there.
Wait, hold on, I have a question
Yeah.
about the wildfire. Was that Dany's dad that put it there, or was that Cersei?
I think the
Because
implication.
Cersei blew up everyone last time with wildfire, didn't she?
Yeah, but that was, and this was something that it was kind of hard to follow if you weren't paying close attention. But it was Dany's father, the Mad King Aerys Targaryen, who had caches of wildfire all over the city.
Cersei just found out about it.
So yeah, Cersei had Qyburn. They found enough. They used it to blow up the Sept. So theoretically, yeah, the green explosions we saw last episode were some of the the wildfire they never
Okay.
found that were still
Right.
there. So yeah, it was
Okay.
harping on. Yeah, she has become her father.
See, I took that to mean that Cersei had planted that and was planning to blow everything up if she lost. So like it was all the people were gonna die anyway, but
Yeah, miscast the entertainment, and Mike Hermes.
Ah, Mike
What's up,
Hermes.
Mike?
Both said, yeah, both of them, knew it was there, but it was the Mad King who put
Okay,
it in the
got it.
fire. Yeah.
Nice,
yeah.
nice job, guys.
Or as Kaleem says, Cersei kind of just used the leftovers
Yeah, sure.
to blow up
Some
the
casual
That's
yeah.
mass murder is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, which is, if we remember, that's why Jaime killed the Mad King, was because he heard about the wildfire and he was
Yeah.
going to burn
Ah,
everyone.
okay.
To stop the destruction of a full city.
And Mike says he misses you guys.
Yeah, we miss you too,
Hey.
Mike.
Yeah, so lots of good chats going on. I think people are starting to get ready for the episode.
Yeah, we're getting
So,
close here.
yeah,
I want to give you everyone enough time to really get in the mood, get ready for it. I'm still not mentally prepared. Right? You guys, it doesn't feel real yet.
Once it starts, I'll be ready.
Yeah. Once the theme song kicks in.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna
they'll have a
miss that.
special theme song for the beginning? Because now we have no King's Landing. So do you
I
think,
think
they'll
so.
change
I
the
think
The
opening?
credits might change.
I think the intro visual is going to change.
Yeah.
At least. I don't know about the music, but
I hope so. It'd be a cop out if they don't change it.
I mean,
Yeah, you got to show a King's Landing on fire. Ooh.
they must have a lot of staff that has like nothing to do, right?
Yeah.
Or had.
Well, they're about to be fired.
They've just
anyways.
got like one overworked 3D guy, and he's like, "Oh, guys, I can't do all this."
They're like, you left out this statue. No, start over.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, what is this, by the way? We should probably move that.
Oh.
Is that been there the whole time? Oh, God.
Production coffee cup in the
Sorry.
shot.
Okay.
Just a little joke for you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I guess
No
it's
other,
time
no
to
other fun questions?
wrap it up. Them. We could talk forever.
Yeah.
Is
True.
the thing.
Yeah, just we have.
Oh, I have a question. So I know I haven't looked this up at all, but I know there's been talk of multiple spin-offs being approved. Is
Yeah.
that true?
One spin-off, code name they're working on is something like Blood Moon, and that one is actually like they're starting production on it.
Interesting.
So at least one Game of Thrones spin-off.
But
We
there's
don't
been
know
nothing
what it is
confirmed.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah, people. There's a few actors that are confirmed in it, but we don't know what it is. It could be. Speculation is it's sort of a long time ago. It's going to be some old
Pretty cool.
dragons, some Targaryen stuff going on.
That'd be fun.
Maybe the Long Night. We'll find out more about the origin of the White Walkers.
Odds of
I'm down for
us
any of
getting
that.
a Tormund and Ghost spin-off because, I mean, everyone would watch that.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that.
if we're gonna make a petition,
Yeah, there we
I'm
go.
in for that petition.
Don't worry about this season. Let it just go and let's get Tormund and.
I need it.
and
I need it
Ghost.
as an animated series.
Just like actually, just as anime.
Yeah,
Ghost learns to talk.
Game of Thrones, anime.
it needs to be a kid show too. Actually,
Tormund starts a Giant's Milk side business. He's a wandering merchant.
yes. Oh man, that'd be great. Game of Thrones has been wonderful. It's been the best 8 years of my life. Probably just because I was existing anyway, I guess. But also Game of Thrones helped. I love this show so much. It was incredible for so long. And it's ending strong.
Did
I'm
you
excited
watch
for it.
like season 1, episode 1, like the day it came out,
I
or
was
like
not
what's your
there.
Game of Thrones
I
history?
was. It was right after season 1 ended. Someone was like, "Brendan, you clearly love Game of Thrones. Watch this." And I binged it all that night. I did not stop after episode 1. It was a rough day the next day, but yeah. And then right after that, I was like, "Boom!" All the books into season 2. Loved it. So
Nice.
some of the best. It's been great. And guys, it's been great having you with us here, joining us. Thanks for coming to the little pre-show party. I hope you guys are having a good one yourselves, and I hope that you enjoy this final episode. Hit me up on Twitter @ManaRecaps. I'm on Instagram too. I know you guys love social media. I'm an old fart, so I don't know how to use it as well. But I'm just kidding. I'm a what? I'm a YouTube.
A young fart.
I'm a social media influencer.
You're a millennial, right? You
Young
just make
fart.
the
Or,
call.
or millennials, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but I would
right.
love to see what you guys think. Yeah, tweet me, Instagram me, Facebook me, YouTube, comment me, and tell me everything about Game of Thrones, how you like the episode.
Slide his DMs. You know,
Slide all
whatever it takes.
Right.
Anna just looks daggers at me.
right in there. Guys, it's been fantastic. Thanks for all of you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
It's been great.
Thanks, Brian.
Oh yeah, Mana Recaps.